Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Fallout 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me here in the Abbey. And I don't really know what to do here. Let's find out. Last episode we were actually listening in on sort of a sermon sort of thing, and I was wondering if these guys are like the children of the apocalypse or something like that. I can't really tell. But let's have a chat with the kids over here, I suppose. You smell, he says. Do I? Well, I suppose I do. I haven't bathed in, actually, how long has it been? 6 months, at the very least. At the very least, and that's considering that I bathed just before I left, left home. But we have over here a trader. Hey, Bill. How's it going? Hello there, traveler. Name's Bill. What can I get for you? Say, I've noticed a lot of old equipment and, items have been collected here at the Abbey. I don't suppose you found anything, special during your time here? Ah, so you noticed that, eh? Yeah, the Abbey folks have a bit of fascination with anything pre-war, especially if it's tech-related. They've formed some kind of kooky religion around here. They've formed some kind of kooky religion around here, he says. I don't quite understand it myself, but they're nice people and they pay good money for anything pre-war I managed to get my hands on. But anyway, as for something special, and he glances over at Marcus, it's funny you should ask. I just might have something that would interest your friend here. Yeah? Such as? You see, a caravan came through here not too long ago, claiming to have come up with from the deep south. Said they'd been attacked by some of them vile mutants. Turning to Marcus. No offense, big guy. Anyway, they did a lot of bragging about how they'd wasted all the muties. Claimed there'd been nearly a dozen of them, and I called bullshit. But it turns out they had some proof. Yeah? What was that? A hulking set of mutant armor they'd managed to salvage off of one of the corpses. Of course, for all I know, they stole it off the bones of some long-dead mutie they'd stumbled upon in the wastes, but who knows? Anyway, they weren't eager to keep lugging the heavy thing around, so they offered it to me for dirt cheap. I didn't know what I'd ever do with it, but yeah, I figured a deal's a deal. Yeah, if it was cheap, I guess that deal was definitely a deal. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I'm sure Marcus here could benefit from this. How much for it? Well, this bad boy could easily be melted down to make 3 or 4 sets of metal armor. Let's say 3,000. Actually, that's pretty good for the price. If you were, you would need to melt it, which would, that'd be work, and you need to make the metal armor, which would be work. But yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I've got enough for that. All right then. This is going to take 2 of us to move this thing, so let me help you fit it to your friend here. Well, wouldn't he be able to fit it? Well, it's not actually as simple as that. Bigger creatures will have more difficulty doing... No way! No way! They just straight ripped the power armor. Excuse me, not even power armor. The armor set of the lieutenant, I think, from the first game. It's a little bit different though. It's a little bit, but it's got a lot of the things, and I'm sure it's got a lot of the the same animations and all that sort of stuff.
What do you want?
Hey man, do you have an armor with you? Mutant armor. That's really heavy. Fortunately enough, he can carry that because he doesn't run, so it doesn't matter. But that's really heavy. I wonder if I can. Yeah, put your armor away, please.
Right.
Okay, I want to see if I can get it. Yeah. Okay. So I want to look at it. Mutant armor. It's just that. Huh. Okay, that's a little bit disappointing actually, but well, he does have his own leather armor. Come on, Marcus. Oh my god. Is it that common? Oh, that's good then. That doesn't matter though. That doesn't matter. I got the save over here. Let's do that again. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, that was pretty good. I'm not gonna remove his armor. But yeah, he does have some sort of leather armor. So yeah, let's just go with that. Press 1 a bunch of times. And he's got that armor. Hey, this fits nicely, he says. Or, hey, this fits nicely, he says with his charming voice. Quite a calming voice, all things considered. I don't know, it always sounded to me like it was a departure from the super mutant voices. Oh, can I? Well, I suppose I can. From the super mutant voices in the first games. But I felt that it was a conscious departure in the sense that, you know, you would want that if you wanted to shine a brighter light, a better light on the mutants as a whole, just by having Marcus have a nice voice like this. I can mimic it. It's just a brilliant voice. Yeah, let's start it. Okay, so this Bill over here doesn't really have or just have that, but doesn't really have much in the way of dialogue. Okay, so what do I want here? Some steam packs. It's actually not too expensive, I would say, but then again, I don't want them. So, let's see what I can sell over here for these things. That's way too expensive. How about that? How about that? No, that's good, that's good. Oh, how about these? Oh, come on, seriously? Well, you can keep them all then. Oh, that didn't work. I was expecting something there. Okay, so that is 51 out. And thank you very much. I will see you later. Probably not, because you don't have anything else for me. Yeah, I'll see you around, man. I will see you around. Also, Sulik. Is that you? Who's Sulik? Sulik? That's Cat? This is me? Oh, yeah. I forgot. I forgot I'm not wearing that thing anymore. I'm just gonna give this to Sulik, I think. Keys. Key ring. Yeah, the key ring is mine. The keys are not. I don't need the keys anyway. Because the key ring is for just other keys. And the keys are for the particular part of... Actually, I should be able to know this for sure. Hey, Sulik.
What you be?
There's dogs all over the place. Yeah, okay. So this is for the EPA, and I just don't need them. Don't know why I didn't left them behind. I meant to, but yeah. What do we have? Oh, pressing shift doesn't work. Can I go in there? No, I cannot. There's a door over there, though. So maybe I can. And maybe this... Oh, thank you. Maybe this is one of the desks where we... Well, I don't remember any desk that you can actually access like I just did. Especially if you use science, because that's not a working computer. Even though he does have a working computer. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. I don't know. Why does he have that computer over there? It just goes totally against the art style of the rest of the game. And they made it, I mean, I guess it's a direct reference to like a clerk computer, but that's not. It could be, it's quite clearly a computer, isn't it? I was gonna try to rationalize it, of being just a monitoring thing, but it's got a keyboard. Anyway, maybe it's an IBM like the ones from the 80s, those IBM sort of machines. We got small children over here. We got a tough guard. Hi there, traveler. Welcome to the Abbey. Keep your nose clean and we'll get along just fine. Yeah? Who are you? Nobody. Just an old retired caravan guard. A lot of people mistake me for some sort of sheriff because I'm the closest thing resembling the law in these parts, but I'm not. I just look out for this community because I think it's worth protecting. And in return, the community looks out for me. I got some complimentary booze from the monks. Peterson makes some, sure I'm fed, and Bills makes sure I've got ammo and stims. Not a bad retirement gig, if you ask me. Well, not at all, man. Not at all. It's a nice arrangement. Let me ask you something else. Where can I barter for some supplies? Well, you can find Bill, our resident trader, in the building across from here. Other than that, you ought to go to Percy's survival gear locker. Oh, you guys have one of those? Awesome. Oh, it's the junkyard. Yeah, I knew I remembered Percy's name, but yeah. In Gecko, a junkyard in Gecko, or Happy Harry's in the courtyard of the Vault City. Yeah, that guy is also pretty good. I am gonna go there, most likely, though, because we need to get access to the Vault Village. And that's also a new area, and we didn't get access to it. I need to. A holy woman. I hope you enjoy... Oh, please don't. Please say things. I hope you enjoy your stay here, she says. Yeah, you guys open the doors. So are these just... No, this is a monk. Hi, how can I help you? What can you tell me about your order? Our holy mission is to collect and preserve the sacred relics of the forgotten past. Anyone is welcome here, as long as they don't damage anything. What kind of relics? All sorts, but most of our memorabilia consists of ancient tomes. So much information can be obtained from those texts. It is our mission to preserve this knowledge so that a future generation may use it to build a new world of peace and joy. And who is your leader? He can be found on the 3rd floor. If you wish to learn more about the order, he is the one to talk to. Okay, thank you very much. Can you barter? Well, apparently I can barter with this guy. Why didn't the sheriff tell me about this? Is that cheap? No, that's not cheap. Okay, thank you very much. Not gonna mess with you. Thank you. Let's keep going around. I'm not going in there immediately. Monastery graveyard keeper. It's been a long day. Come back in the morning. Oh, he's drunk. What is that? Junk. That's junk. Oh, that's a rock? Huh. It's not very common to see. Rocks, I mean. Not those rocks, anyway. And we got a couple of things. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to come back in the morning. Empty. Oh, come on, don't do this. If they're empty, don't make them these ones. There's others that are not openable, I think. At least we see them from time to time. And we have a book over here, as we often do. A Cat's Paw magazine, really? Okay, that's the proper book for to be there. Hey, Mrs. Peterson, or Peterson, most likely. Let me just save the game here. And, oh, talk to my husband if you needed something. Yeah, that's kind of a theme, isn't it, in this game? It's usually, they're basically the sidekick. You never, oh, well, you sometimes do directly talk to the wife and do quests with them, but usually it's, oh, I'm just here to, you know, a token thing, and talk to my husband. Unless you want to marry me, like we tried last episode. I've actually been looking into why I couldn't. Well, you shouldn't choose the lines I chose last episode to try and marry. But well, she doesn't like me. I don't know what I did to her. I don't know what I did to her to upset her. Maria, I mean. I think it's Maria, her name. The one in MODOK, but, well, whatever. Can't do that. It's fine. Hello, friend. I haven't seen you around here before. First time to the Abbey? Yes. What can you tell me about this place? My wife and I came here a few years ago on a caravan. We liked it here so much we decided to stay and start our own little farm. Let me tell you, the Abbey might not be as flashy as New Reno or as advanced as Vault City, but as far as I'm concerned, this place is about as good as it gets in the wastes. The folks here are decent, and people look out for one another. Sure, some places might offer more safety, but at the cost of personal freedom. No, thank you. Yeah, well, have you been to MODOK? Because that is a pretty awesome place. Or Klamath is actually pretty decent. Tends to be, anyway. You got a couple of scumbags in there, but yeah. You come on a caravan? Do they come here often? Not really. The Abbey's too small and isolated for the caravans to pay us much heed. Doesn't matter, though. We're a pretty self-sufficient community. Grow our own food, brew our own booze, so we get by just fine. Anyway, Bill's the man to speak to about caravans. He runs the general store just southwest of here. Oh, really? Okay. I can talk to Bill about caravans, apparently, because I couldn't before. So, do you know anything about a Garden of Eden creation kit? Well, sorry, pal. I've never heard of it. But if it has to do with pre-war times, then I bet there's something about it in the monastery's computer. Unfortunately for you, those monks are real protective of their information. Afraid that it'll lead to another war or something if people learn too much. Still, it might be worth asking around there. Yeah, that's pretty much what we heard. What I heard, anyway. What we heard, yes. What we you know, you and me, fair viewer. What we heard at the end of last episode. That these guys are really, really afraid of a repeat of the war. And I postulated that it could be that they were protecting a bomb, but I think it might be just the knowledge of the bombs that they have in there. But yeah, thanks for the tip. I'll go check it out right now. Thank you very much for your tip. And is it just me, or do we actually have a new soundtrack here? Because I don't recognize these trumpets. This actually reminds me a lot of the soundtrack, or some tracks of the soundtrack for the Banner Saga, which has an awesome soundtrack. It's just a little bit all over the place in some regards if you don't get used to it, but this, I think it's very interesting because it fits, but it's quite clearly not made by, well, I'm saying this, it very well might be, but I would say that it's quite clearly, I'm making a point here, not made by Mark Morgan. So if it is, then, well, all the power to him, because it doesn't sound like him at all. But let's see. Oh, yeah, I hear you're the man to talk about caravans. Oh, that's good. That's good that we can't know this before. It's great. I might know a thing or two. What do you like to know? How often do you get resupplied? I get a new shipment of supplies twice a month. Frankly, I wish they'd come more often, but we're only a minor trade route, so yeah, I guess this is the best we can get. Yep, interesting. Are the caravans hiring? Well, I'm not quite sure. Usually the ones that stop by here are pretty well equipped and not really interested in hanging around very long. But if you're looking to hook up with one of them, I'd head over to Reading or even down to the NCR. They've got pretty active caravans and good help is always wanted. Okay, well, thanks for the information. I'll see you around. Apparently, I did come back. Look at that. I said I wasn't coming back, but apparently we were. Okay, so let's wait until morning because that guy is busy. So that dude over there, is it that dude? A guy with glasses, a young monk. Bespectacled. Yeah, that's the one. The young monk quickly pockets a deck of tragic cards as you approach. What do you want? Well, I want to know why you just hid that card deck from me. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any card deck. Oh, don't lie to me. I saw you put it away in your pocket. I just wanted to know why. Look, don't tell anyone, alright? We're not supposed to have, to use pre-war relics, just worship them. Oh, you think that's a relic? Well, it is. It very much is, actually. But since there are so many of them around, apparently it's probably not very useful or expensive. Not expensive is not the word. Rare? Valuable, that's the word. But these tragic cards are so damn cool, he says. He seems to get lost in another world as he gazes lovingly at the deck. After a moment, he looks up at you. Oh, sorry. I'm Brother Jason, by the way. I don't suppose you play Tragic? Yeah, I love Tragic garnering. Oh, man. I'd love to play against you, but it's too risky. I don't want these taken from me. That's what I hate about this place. We're sitting on a damn gold mine of awesome things from before the war, but we're forbidding ourselves from indulging in it. Sorry. It doesn't make any sense, so it's so fucking moronic. Really? Well, if you don't agree with the ideals of the order, then why are you a monk? Well, you think I chose to be a monk? I was born into this shitty lifestyle. I just wish the others would wake up and see how stupid it is not to take advantage of all the sweet stuff we've collected. But no, they're perfectly content to worship and catalog the relics, but never actually do anything useful with them. Like I said, it's fucking moronic. Useful? Well, you're playing Tragic the Garnering. I suppose, having fun is useful? Because it is, but cataloging and worshipping is also useful because it's, it's also basically the same thing. It's having fun. Well, in a different way, but yeah, still. About your, that line right there. If you think it's so stupid, then why don't you do something to try and change things? Well, actually, I do have an idea on how to change things. Maybe you could help me out? You see, the monks here have spent years transcribing pre-war information into our computer database. If someone were to accidentally format the database, they'd lose all that work. I think something like that might shock them back to their senses, and we might finally give up this stupid way of life. So what do you say? Erase hundreds of years of someone else's hard work? Yeah, doesn't sound, well, no. If you hate it here, why don't you just leave? Are you crazy? I've never been out in the wastes, but I've got a pretty good damn idea as to what it's like. I'd be lucky to make it 50 yards before a rat scorpion shoved a foot-long stinger up my ass. Or even worse, I'd get captured and tortured by a gang of maniac raiders, or I'd be eaten alive by cannibalistic tribals. Whatever, I just know that if I left here, I'd be fucked. So no, I'm stuck here. Well, actually, I want to convince him to leave. Let's see. It's not that bad. Actually, you're right. You probably wouldn't even make it to Gecko. Yeah. Can I escort him? Huh. Hey. It's not that bad out there, okay? Well, actually, you're right. You probably wouldn't even make it to Gecko. At least, not without help. But what if I said I'd escort you? To Gecko? That's the cool town, right? Thanks, but no thanks. Actually, the ghouls there are really friendly. Besides, I know one in particular that loves a good game of Tragic. No shit, another Tragic player? That kind of changes things. I wonder if he'd have a Black Dahlia to trade. Alright, I'll go if you'll escort me. Actually, I think he mentioned that, didn't he? That's not a new name for me, so yeah, let's go. Oh. Because of course. And let me guess. Because of course. Hey, Wooz! That's his name, right? I think, no, Wooz is this guy. Hey, what's his name? Wooz, yeah, it is. I'm Wooz, what do you want? Well. Okay, what? What did I just, oh, it's over there, the guy. Upon arriving in Gecko, you introduced the young monk to Wooz. They quickly hit it off and begin comparing their Tragic card decks. You're about to leave when Brother Jason pulls himself away from Tragic long enough to have a word with you. Holy shit! Wooz does have a Black Dahlia! That alone has made this trip worthwhile. Sure, the ghouls are ugly as hell, but I found if I take my glasses off, then they're kind of tolerable. Anyway, thanks a lot for bringing me here. Well, I borrowed... No, wait a minute. Oh, for bringing me here. I borrowed this from the Abbey's memorabilia. Amazing, it's one of the few tech relics that still works. And he hands you a stealth boy. See ya! Yeah, thanks. Bye. I'm not gonna really try to be a A jerk. Oh, we brought our car. That's fantastic. Now that we're here, actually, do I need to do anything in Gecko? I don't think so. I think we've got everything. We do have a trader over here, although, well, not a... Oh, yeah, over here. Is it over here? Marcus is overloaded. Yeah, it doesn't matter, because he doesn't run. Hey, Harold. Is that Harold?
What you need, youngster?
Hey, man. Yeah. I'll see you later. You're looking a little bit blue. Sorry about that. I hope you're feeling alright. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know where the trader is. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna come back on our way down anyway. So, let's go back to the Abbey. How long is that gonna take us, the journey? That's 1 day right there. Okay, well, entrance. There we go. So it took a day and a half. Oh, that's not right. Oh, he's over there, the Grave Keeper. I thought this guy had gone. Oh, look at that graves for me to dig up, because I love it. Hey, why hello there. My name is Samuel. What brings you here? I'm just looking around. Do you tend to this graveyard? Yeah, I tend to these here graves. Nobody else wants to do it, so old Sally got the job. It's not as bad as one might think. It's got its perks, if you know what I mean. And he grins sloppily and wiggles his bushy eyebrows at you. You have bushy eyebrows. Well, you're a man of trust then. Well, do I know what he means? What do you mean? Oh, necrophilia. Well, I considered that, but I thought the most obvious thing is probably just being able to, loot the corpses. Yeah, I don't know what you mean, but I'm morbidly curious. Let's see what he says. Why, I get to be outdoors, and no one's around to tell old Sammy when he's had enough. I know when I've had enough. When there's none left. And he cackles, which quickly turns into a hideous cough. After coughing up a lung or two, that's not... a lung or two. Is that how you do it? Is that how you say it? He smiles at you. Yeah, of course, that's what you meant. And a sigh of relief, apparently. Let me ask you something else. I actually thought that he just was stealing graves because that makes sense, but sure. Are you the Grave Keeper? Yeah, I tend to these here graves. Oh, okay, so I get, sorry. I asked that already. What can you tell me about the Abbey? The Abbey? Well, this place has been my home for most of my life. Everyone here is nice and anyone's welcome, long as they don't cause trouble. I myself don't spend too much time in the monastery, but I know our pooters. Pooters? What the hell? I don't know. Pooters have all kinds of info that's been collected over the years. Maybe some of it might be of some use to you. You don't spend much time in the church, do you? You're a monk? You're a monk, aren't you? He grins, revealing a gap-filled set of rotten teeth. Well, let's just say that the other monks don't take too kindly to my, drinking habits. Okay, yeah, makes sense, I guess. I got some more questions. Anything I can help you with? Let me think a minute. Yeah, I got something, if you're up to it. Sure, Sam. What do you need? Well, the past couple of days, I've noticed some of these graves that are being dug up. Now, whoever's doing this don't appear to be getting that far, but it's a pain for me to fill them back up. Oh, did you try and figure out who has been doing this? Sure, I tried. One night I stayed around till midnight or so, and no one showed up. I must have fallen asleep soon afterwards. Too much drinking, I suppose. And he grins, pulls out his flask, and takes a hefty swig. He has a flask. He doesn't get drunk on a flask. Come on. Maybe he does just have, well, I don't know. In my experience anyway, people that do have flasks are... Well, I wouldn't say they are sober because, you have any amount of alcohol, you're no longer sober, in your system, I mean, but they drink in moderation. Even if they are drinking absinthe, if they're drinking absinthe, they might not drink in moderation. But if it's just like, scotch or something like that, it's just, something to keep the cold away. We don't have that much tradition in having flasks on us here in Portugal anyway, because we're not a very cold country in general. And there's always a tavern somewhere around where you can just order a glass of wine if you want to, or a bottle, or whatever. So what do you say? You want to help out? Yeah, I'm down for digging up some graves, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I can dig them down again for you, because it's dig up anyway. Yeah, alright, I'll see what I can do. Do we know anything else that might help me? Well, now that you mention it, I do remember Mr. Peterson saying, well, it's Peterson, saying something about hearing some noises coming from his field. You might know something about this. He and that pretty little wife of his life right over there. Oh, of his, yeah, pretty little wife of his live right over there, yeah. And he points to the building south of the graveyard. I'll see what I can do. Okay, well, apparently he's got the hots for the wife of Mr. Peterson. She didn't really come across as a very talkative person, so I think pretty is probably the reason. Now, Sulik does have a shovel on him, I think. I hope. There we go. Good stuff. And that means I am gonna put that over there, and we're gonna dig up some graves. I hope this guy doesn't mind. I really hope he doesn't mind. Oh, there's nothing. Okay. He's coughing. He just goes around coughing. Okay. Well, let's dig. I'll dig them down off camera. How about that? So let's get these three. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh, that's kind of a problem. I kind of wanted to do this fast. Let's do that one. There we go. Okay. So what do we have? If these things don't have anything, I'm not gonna bother, because there's really only one place where the graves... Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the graves. There's only one place where the graves actually have stuff. Well, there's two places. That's the Den and Golgotha. I don't think this one is gonna matter too much. A grave marker. Grave marker is too cracked and broken to be read. Well, it reads that, though. The name of the grave marker reads John Doe. Really? The name and date on this headstone has been worn off by the weather. Why didn't they make the traditional put the developer's name in there? Seriously. Anyway, let's have a chat with Mr. Peterson. I suppose I'm gonna need to wait until nighttime, because it's this field. But we're out of time for the day, so we'll chat to him and maybe to his pretty wife on the next episode. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Fallout 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!